welcome to another video on my channel, and today I want to talk about some motorcycle goals or dreams or dream rides and dream bikes and things of that nature. I guess the first one that I'll start out with is dream motorcycle trip. I myself live in eastern part of Tennessee, almost only maybe 30 minutes of North Carolina, close to Bristol, Tennessee area. I would like to fly from Charlotte because that's the easiest and closest main big airport to take planes from. When I went to the AM Expo in Orlando this year, that's what I did. I drove to Charlotte, which is only about 2.5 hours from where I live. Drove to there and hopped on a plane from there. Anyways, what I would like to do is get on a flight from Charlotte, of course. I don't know how many flights it would be from there to around San Diego, California, Southern California area. I don't know how many connecting flights that require. It's not really too far away and too far ahead to plan that. But from here to San Diego area and rent a bike out there, preferably one of the BMWs, even though I love my Yamaha R6 I'm currently riding. When I can afford it, I would definitely like to upgrade for a BMW. I'm kind of on the fence between a couple different ones, actually. But I've already checked into it, and at the present time, upon filming this, Eagle Rider Motorcycle Company, they have a place up there, a rental place in that area. And my dream is to rent a bike in that area, leave San Diego area and all the traffic and hustle and bustle and stuff, and ride Highway 1 north from San Diego and ride it up. I don't know how far, maybe 3/4 of the way up from there. 3/4 of the way up, that is, of the state of California. The good part of Highway 1, I've looked on Google Earth on my computer, on my laptop, and looks like once you get a little bit north of San Diego and all that, there's nothing. There's a few little, towns you go through here and there, but it's way more desolate and scenic than even where I live. Where I live is a beautiful part of the country. There's curvy roads everywhere. There's valleys and hills and mountains and all kind of beautiful scenery, that I could ride at. I've only lived here myself in this area almost 6 years, and I've done some day trips and seen some things that I wouldn't normally go see in a car. Like, I've rode a lot on Blue Ridge Parkway. I rode all the way to Mount Mitchell on the Blue Ridge Parkway, caught the Blue Ridge Parkway, the closest part to me, which is around Grandfather Mountain, and rode to there, to Mount Mitchell, and then rode it, took a different way back, another like 2-lane way. I've ridden around Little Switzerland, the Diamondback, as it's called, 226A is the actual road name. Beautiful place to be too. There's a gorgeous view, I'm sure, especially early morning, all the fog rolling off the mountains and stuff, the quote-unquote Smoky Mountains up there in Switzerland. When I went up there the first time, and just happened to see the exit for it off Blue Ridge Parkway. Anyways, but that's my dream or my bucket list motorcycle ride / vacation. Is to fly out there, ride a bike up, and then take a plane, somewhere around Northern California area, 3/4 way up or whatever city I gotta go to. And that way I'm not turning around and riding miles and miles back. But I don't know exactly how many miles that would be, but I'm sure it'd be, state of California is almost the whole length of the United States. So I'm sure it'd be, pretty close to 1,000 miles probably. I figured fly out there one time and just do it and really enjoy it and forget about all the everyday stress in life and what motorcycles are all about. That's my outlook they give me. They make me forget about all the stress, all the bills, everything, all the everyday life you got to get done. But when you hop on one of these, it just brings a smile to your face. No matter what kind of bike you're riding, even if you're riding a scooter, or whatever. Maybe you don't want a full-on bike, but two wheels, period, in my opinion, will make you a happier person, especially when you're on it. This is my third full riding season now, and other than some people pulling out in front of me and me doing dumb stuff like locking up the rear brake once, really not had that many too close calls. But the main thing you really got to do, you got to ride like you're visible and make sure what you're doing that nobody sees you. Like this car right here, they're looking in the mirror, playing with their makeup or whatever typical woman driving. Excuse me, but those are usually the worst ones. But anyways, getting back to my trip and the dream bike and more on topic here. The main thing, what I would really like to do is, one of these days, is it's between two BMWs that I really like at this current time that they make. It's between the BMW 1200 RS and the BMW 1200 GS. I did ride both at the AM Expo. I was really impressed with both, but both have their pros and cons. The one that I was the most comfortable on, and I am 5 foot 10 inches tall, about 185 pounds, 32 inch inseam. The one I was the most comfortable on was the GS, but I'm not used to big, tall bikes with really wide handlebars and stuff like that. That's just not what I'm used to. My current bike is not like that. You really are sitting into the bike, so to speak, by the way the rider triangle is, and the width of the bars are just a good better than lean forward, so you're kind of into the bike. On the GS, it's super comfortable. No cramped up feeling in my knees. Didn't feel like my ankles were moved in an angle too far back, as far as like the mid controls like they are, and like my current bike is. That felt even more comfortable than my bike. The handlebar, just the width of the handlebar, and the bike doesn't really feel that big once you're on one, but the width of the handlebars and the fact that it's so tall makes me feel like I'm riding in a big, full-size, jacked-up pickup compared to this. It just doesn't feel weird. I think the one I rode was, watch that car, you moron. I think the one I rode was a low seat model, which really all it means is the seat has a little less padding and the seat pan is shaped a little different. They do have however, a low chassis model. And I don't know if the trellis frame part, the part on GS is right there that's painted and stuff, I don't know if that part is made different or if the suspension itself on the bike is made different. But that GS, I could touch on the balls of my feet, maybe almost half my feet, but not any more than that. And I just think to myself, if years from now, when I can afford stuff like that, when kids get a little older and start moving out and stuff, I think years from now when I can afford that, like I was saying, I don't think I want a bike like that to be that tall, because if I got a GS and I would do some light little, gravel roads and stuff, like we have some around here and there on the little park roads and stuff, and like off Blue Ridge Parkway, there's some little gravel places that lead to a campground and stuff like that, and they might even be a couple miles away. Stuff like that is about the only kind of off-road I think I would do with that. I don't really think I'm going to buy a $20,000 brand new motorcycle and take it to the woods and beat the crap out of it and scratch it all up and get it covered with mud like somebody would an ATV. I'm a little too more meticulous, I guess, about my stuff and to do that to it. But the fire road stuff, little dust, just be careful and not lay it down. I think that would be fine. I mean, even this bike, in my driveway doing 20 miles an hour doesn't feel like a big deal. Of course, I don't really have any off-road riding experience, but I have enough experience to feel like when the bike does something like that I don't like and to catch it in situations like that. Anyways, but the lower chassis one, I'm going to try to go ride one. The only dealer that's even close to me, it's a couple hours. I think it's like an hour and a half away in Asheville, North Carolina. Super nice people. If any of y'all watching this are in the area I live in, or even somewhere around that, or even kind of midways between Charlotte and Asheville, and you're curious about some stuff about BMWs. I strongly suggest you go up there. It's Euro Sports of Asheville in Asheville, North Carolina. Fantastic place, no pressure. I've rode one bike there myself. I rode an RT there last year. No pressure, you know, they just want you to have, of course, your motorcycle endorsed on your license and bring your own riding gear. They gave me that RT for a couple hours. You know, didn't ask me to fill it back up with gas or nothing. Of course, you know, I think I might have rode it 50, 60 miles, so I might have burned a gallon and a half, maybe 2 gallons. But whatever. Maybe not even that much. But super nice people. I highly recommend y'all go see them. And that's, I was looking on their website the other day, and they have a lower chassis GS Adventure. And I think I'm going to go up there soon and go ride one and see what I think of it then, just because riding new stuff's always fun. Only bad part about that is when you ride new stuff and it's really nice and you like it, then you're like, okay, I shouldn't be buying this, so I need to walk away. Anyways, but that's kind of my thing, you know, that I look forward to. That's my motorcycle goal, so to speak, is the trip. And owning a really nice bike like that. You know, I've rode the GS, the RT, and the RS so far, but I haven't ridden a lower chassis GS, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. The RS was a really good bike. It felt a lot like this as far as more of a in between, say, traditional sports bike and a standard like this. It was a little bit more aggressive riding triangle than even this. It was a little more bent over, a little more pressure on my wrist. I mean, you could probably, you know, from what I'm used to, you could probably put some bar risers on there and maybe some adjustable foot pegs and make it pretty decent to ride a long time. But man, GSs are famous. If I could get used to, I think for what I want out of a bike in years to come, like for one, to do some really long touring, you know, 700, 800, 900 mile days, and just travel and see things that I would normally never get to see, and really put in a lot of miles and enjoy time with the bike and riding, just so you almost get sick of riding, which is almost unheard of, but that does happen after a while. The long days that I've ridden this, that starts to happen, you know, of close to 300 miles. You start to get tired, you know, the wind hitting you and stuff like that, and just being stuck in one position too long. You know, motorcycles, even a comfortable one by themselves, are not as comfortable as far as the seating position is in a car. You know, because in a car you can put the cruise on, you can lay back, you know, you can kind of switch the way you're sitting. On this, yeah, you can change the way you sit a little bit, but you really can't totally relax as much on at least freeway speeds like you can. You can't do it. But that's just kind of comes with the territory, you know. You're not riding it for the comfort like a car, you're riding it for the experience of riding. But anyways, guys, I think that's about all I got for this vlog. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And we'll see you on the next one.